Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a quick look here again at Fetch.AI, seeing what's going on. We're going to quickly jump into the backend data, see kind of where we're at with liquidation. And quick congrats too while we were waiting for that to load. Hey, good job everybody. Happy patience paid off for us here. We got an old RSR trade at 180%. That's a little outdated though. More important, we got a trade from 2 days ago with Matic. We took a trade over the weekend, which is less common. I don't usually do that myself personally, but we had good confirmation. And again, that's 5x leverage trade. Same thing with Solana, 42% in 4 days for a 5x leverage trade to the upside. So considering Fetch.AI, we've shorted and longed this coin both this last month, or actually currently this month. And it's interesting coin to trade nonetheless here. Okay, so we're going to see where we're at here. We got a heavy concentration liquidation about 285, upwards of $3, even 315. Okay, so we got a 50-cent range there from 280 to just say 330, where we have a lot of liquidation above. And of course, we see the inverse as well at about $2.05. So this is the last 7 days liquidation. Just keep that in mind. But generally speaking, we're closer to the upside. Would make sense more so for the price action to swing up than down. Is that the reason to take a trade based on liquidation? No. It just implies there's a lot of a lot of shorts are confident in the price going down, which isn't necessarily a good thing to do. And the reason why I say that is because oftentimes when you just short the top because everyone else is doing it, you get destroyed and then the price comes down after you hit your stop loss. So try to avoid that. Again, low leverage, low position sizing, folks, that'll really help save you in these ebbs and flows that we're seeing in the market. But the bottom line here is that Fetch.AI is maintaining a really good range here in the upper level. And we can see the average true range for this coin, if we kind of zoom in a little bit, is right here at about, what, 265? And we just broke through that. That's a key level here on Fib, about 0.5 Fibonacci. So 265, there's potential for the price to pull back to bounce off that level. Okay? It's not a guarantee, but we're up over the 20-day SMA. The 20-day SMA is hanging out right there as well. Those are all positive factors. We're also staying above 50 on the RSI. Money flow increasing, and so is stochastic. These are all bullish signs, folks. While we haven't converged on the MACD, it's starting to lose its momentum. That's a positive sign too. So really, the daily time frame looks very good. Now, don't get it twisted. The daily time frame looks good on most coins right now. As you can see, we have a very green market. And so, taking along at this point may not be advantageous, but we want to look for confirming factors to see if it is worthwhile, and if so, how to properly structure the trade. Because most people struggle the most with taking profit and or setting their stop losses. Those are things I would like to say that I do rather well with. Because again, we have a 90, well, last month was different. This is a one-off. We don't always have 100%. Had 100% accuracy last month. This month, about closer to 90%. We had a stop loss for, what was it, ICP, and then we closed a different ICP trade. That coin has been unique to us, to say the least, but what I'm getting at is the simple fact that Fetch.AI is a coin that has tremendous potential to go up, but it might come down first before it goes up. Again, the macro looks great on the daily. 4-hour time frame, let's see here. We're going to be swinging down in stochastic here possibly soon. That'd be a second swing to the downside. That does carry more weight than the first. RSI is trending upwards, but hasn't found its top yet, which means we have more room for growth. Same thing as well when you look at the charts. We got this 0.618 fib level at 275. A perfect case scenario would be the price to pull back here, honor the ascending trend line, and continue higher. Okay. Speaking of trend line, let's just go ahead and draw this out so we get perspective on this little guy here. Just kind of see where we're at. Because again, we saw this more recent high at 0.618, this golden pocket holding the price action in place. We break into that level and consolidate, we're going to have a solid chance of legging up again. Okay, again, especially with all this liquidation, closer to $3, $3.20. So hypothetically, take a long right now to $3 and $3.20. That's somewhere in the range of 10 to 15%, 10 to 20% rather, as a rough estimate of how far liquidation levels are from here. And now, is this a perfect entry where we're at right now? Maybe, maybe not. But generally speaking, the 4-hour time frame is letting us know we have mostly bullish contributing factors. We're above all moving averages, and that's an extremely positive sign. Okay, so we've broken bullish, so to speak. And how will you identify that? Just so you know, and I teach this in my trading academy. You have descending trend, right? Lower lows, lower highs. Once the lower lows and lower highs is broken, you typically establish range-bound activity, which we see here between this lower fib 236 and 0.382. So price goes range-bound here, breaks above, and now that we're above, we're establishing higher highs and higher lows. There's a possibility of a pivot off this 265 mark and continue, or just goes on its merry way. The truth, though, is that we're establishing higher highs and higher lows now, and that reaffirms the fact that we're in an uptrend versus a downtrend and or range-bound activity. So good news about that is this previous range here at roughly, it was like, I think the low, let's draw this out really quick. Just so we have it for future reference. I'll put this on our playout chart later as well so you can kind of see. But that's the range that we were stuck within previously. Now that we've broken that range, we can presume that'll work as a support moving forward, or the price will never even see that level again and continue higher. One of both scenarios exist. It's Schrodinger's chart. If you know what I'm talking about with that, feel free to comment below. I study psychology in my graduate degree, and I'm always fascinated by that. Anyways, what I'm looking at here is Fetch.AI hourly. Looks pretty bullish from the outside looking in too. We are above all moving averages, stochastic, swinging upwards, or sorry, swinging down, but that is normal for it to do so at this level. What I'm getting at is the conversion lines with the baseline here, and the cloud itself is hanging out right here with this most recent high. So we're just going to go ahead and pull this out and just kind of pay attention to these levels here and just kind of see where we go from here. So a solid entry would be somewhere in the range of 255, 265, or current. And a good solid target would be, once again, this 280 to 290 range, just before we hit this upper level liquidation. Second target would be 3 to 320. That's kind of the goal. Again, you set your profit targets close to liquidation levels and or just before key Fibonacci retracement levels. So if you're going to take profit, ideally take profit here, you don't take it here. Because again, the price is going to come up, reject off that level, and a lot of times you miss out on some profit. So again, that's generally how I like to do it, and I like to shoot for 4% movements. So if I take a long right now, 4% from now would put me somewhere in range of about 283, which is right here where this upper candle wicks hit to. That'd be a solid profit target right there at about 283. If you're to take a long from here and it keeps going up. We don't truly know that, but statistical probabilities tell us the price is more likely to go up than down right now. Everything else is looking forgiving. Pending Bitcoin doesn't drop 70,000 today, we should be in good shape to see this continue higher. I like what I see here for Fetch. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something here today. Obviously, trade Fetch.AI and other awesome coins on BingX. Link down below. No KYC or VPN required. That's why we use them as a community, and I tell you, it's just phenomenal. So thank you again, guys, for providing that, and thank you too for liking the video, subscribing, and commenting below for that wonderful algorithm. Deeply appreciate you nonetheless. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.